Hey, I didn't see you there. I'm cooking with JJ, and today I'm making another paella, because really that's the only thing my project is about these days. So, what I'm doing is I'm cutting up the chorizo because I'm putting that into my sofrito, which is the starting point of the paella. I did not do that the first, many times which I made paella. I've only done it for the last one and this one. Pretty much when I did my experience in Darrenburg, they told me that that's a really good idea to do, to add that extra flavour to your sofrito, so I started doing that and it's been working really well for me. So I've just put in the garlic. I don't use fresh garlic anymore, I use minced garlic just because it breaks down easier and mixes throughout the sofrito. So I like to do that. So pretty much I've just got this almost finished. Once this is cooked a little bit more, I'm going to start putting some spices, some stock and some water in, and then I'm going to add my rice, which is the opposite order to how I used to do it, but again from my experience at Darrenburg I find that that works a whole lot better for me. So what I've got is 500 milliliters of fish stock. I've used chicken stock every single other time, and the last time I actually didn't use any stock, I just used water. So I want the fish stock to get the fish flavour because this is going to be primarily a seafood paella. So yeah, I'm going to use all of this and then also some water as well. So let's crack this open. And there's all the fish stock, and I'm going to add some water, not right now, but in a few minutes. So just going to let that settle for a second. And while it's doing that, put some two different types of paprika in. So I'm going to add 2 types of paprika. I use the smoky and the sweet. So I'm just adding in 1 cup of rice. I'll be putting 2 more in pretty much directly after. So what you don't want to do when you put the rice in is stir it too much. So that's why I'm spreading it all around as evenly as I can so that I don't have to stir it. Because if you clumped it all in the middle and then started stirring it, it would become really sticky, kind of like risotto. So this is like the same rice you would use in risotto, but it's just cooked a bit differently. So I've just put the seafood in. I used squid, mussels and prawns. So you can see how that's going. I'm still just waiting for that stock and water to get all soaked up. What I like to do is just zest a bit of lemon on top, and then we'll use that lemon to squeeze on to the individual plate when we're finished with it. Itadakimasu! Finished the paella.
What are your comments?
Well, better than the first one I made. Well, this will be the first paella video on the YouTube channel since the very first one I did. So I'll tell you without even tasting this one that it is so much better than the first one. Also, it's not made in a wok this time, so yeah, I got a new paella pen. Should have done an unboxing or something for that, that would have been cool. Well, I'm a little disappointed because there's no crust on the bottom, which there's meant to be. So I'm thinking either I didn't cook it for long enough, or I used too much liquid. But what I'm going to do is talk to my good friend Adrian, and he'll be able to tell me why, because he is quite the genius.